just a miserable card to play against, and it was a card that was played when the Dark Arm Dragon decks were also around, so I can imagine this was very, very expensive. So, and what happened was, it was a prize card for a while. They eventually gave this card its first actual
Yeah, I
reprint,
really
or
don't like
first, I
that
should say, publicly
notification
accessible
sound.
reprint in a signed product. And it was extremely short printed. It was really hard to get, but everyone wanted it because Crush Card is broken. And so those copies ended up going for several $100s, and then they banned it immediately after they cashed out. Then, several years later, similar to a lot of cards, I think Crush Card's very iconic too, so they kind of wanted to errata this so that it could still be playable. They errata it. The effect was really, really bad because it had a
Not a
major
fan of
downside
going
to the errata,
first.
so now it just sees no play, and it's totally fine.
What a toxic environment they created. Legitimately, player abuse. Like, you are all like, everybody who still played the game through this, you're probably owed some form of a nice friendly booster pack. All right, you are probably owed something for enduring this to this day. All right, this sounds like the worst environment I've ever heard of created by a card game creator. It sounds. I would. And you played Magic. No, when was this?
2007.
If this happened today, the internet would, like, YouTube would roast this so hard. The internet would be absolutely cooking. I can't even believe it happened. I can't believe it happened. The prize card thing, it sounds egregious.
Yeah, there was several. I would say every prize card during this time, they would have one prize card per year, so like per tournament cycle, and all the prize cards during this time were on this power level of crazy. I think Crush Card was probably the biggest offender, but all of them were in their own right extremely powerful cards, and they eventually stopped doing that. Because people, I think, were getting really upset by the fact. So now all the prize cards are more just like symbolic. They're all bad. There hasn't really been a good prize card in ages. Probably for
expensive cards, like really rare editions of cards, are totally fine as long as you can still get the card, something equivalent to the card, something on the power level, like, of the card, like either the exact card or a very suitable replacement for your deck at a reasonable price in a product that people have access to. The idea of giving an Omega level S tier card only to people who win tournaments creates the nastiest rich get richer I think I've ever heard of in a card game.
Yep, it was, and that's exactly how it was. Literally the teams that won these would just pass them around, and they just kept winning tournaments. It was exactly like
it's disgusting.
Yep,
this is disgusting. This might be the worst scene in a card game.
Well, we're not done with the video yet, so we'll see if it's the worst thing you've ever seen. Let's see what you think about this card.
Soul Charge is a spell, and it says target any number of monsters in your graveyard and special summon them. If you do, you lose 1,000 life points for each monster summoned by the effect. So what? You cannot conduct your battle phase. The turn you activate this card, you can only activate Soul Charge one Soul Charge per turn. Okay, if you draw multiple of these, you can only play one. Does it stay on the field to be activated once each turn? No. It's really just saying if you draw multiples, you can only play it once.
You can see they've learned their lesson with older cards and putting these once per turn clauses on them.
Lose 1,000 life points, whatever. You're using one card to get a number of threats, and your deck is probably built to take advantage of them. You cannot conduct your battle phase. What is the cost of that?
Dude, skip it,
At this
please.
point, you're lowering your life total significantly, and you can't attack to win. That's what I'm getting from that.
I don't think you're getting anything out of doing this.
The battle phase? Can you win outside the battle
Okay.
phase? Or are there monsters that you bring out, and then those monsters maybe have the text that the opponent skips their battle phase, so it's not like you actually paid. I mean, every deck uses a graveyard.
Matter.
The graveyard is a second hand. This gets multiple things. Okay.
If I continue going hard, there's a chance they'd be tempted again.
So you can play this after your battle phase, right?
I kind of feel like it might be better to hold off.
You can't conduct your battle phase, so if you conduct your battle phase, you cannot activate this card.
Good to know. Yeah.
Wishful thinking, though. We'll see.
Hey, I'm just trying to scamming here, baby. So, let's see. One card that completely rejuvenates your board, maybe after a bit of an attrition battle or sacrificing everything for value. You don't get to attack with those things, but you do have them back. Go to the opponent's turn. Can they kill you? You still get all these effects. Like, there's all these effects from the monsters entering the battlefield. Some of them can destroy stuff. I mean, I'm sure that you can
Because,
use
yeah,
effects
I
to put
can't
yourself
do
in a better
everything
position.
anymore, and I feel like
It is card
it's not
advantage,
worth
and
it.
it is selection. You don't have to get everything. You choose. You can get one thing if one thing is all you think you can afford, and it can be your best thing. Or you can get three things and say, go ahead, opponent, what you got? And if I come back to my turn, I've got three monsters where you only had one card. Seems really good. Is it busted? Is there a reason a deck wouldn't play this?
I'll let them play the game.
Battle phase is the thing, right? Is basically giving up your... Is your battle phase so important to the game that giving this up makes this card a reasonable cost? I bet there are even other cards that don't, like, that are fine if you skip your battle phase and maybe benefit you somehow and give you some kind of perk, because that seems like a design space that they could play in if they wanted to.
I was thinking if there was a zero cost, bring any number of things back from your graveyard, but pay 2 or 3 life per.
Oh, busted! We did this for 6 mana with a card called Command the Dreadhorde. And everything is summoning sickness. So you know what? Boom. Also, on turn 1, you don't have a battle phase, right? So if you can boom, boom for value and play this on turn 1, you lost nothing. Interesting. Yeah. So and in which case you really want on turn 1, which means that you got to run 3, which means that you maximize, right? And then you restrict it. But then they have the 1, and people are like, "Oh God, they have the 1. How lucky! I hate this game." Did this get banned? I'm trying to think of now reasons that you don't play it, and it is the battle phase thing. And the more in Magic, it would be busted. Here, it seems really good. It seems really good. There's more uses for creatures than just the battle phase. Why would you not run this? I don't have a good reason. I don't have one. If everything has stuff in their graveyard, the only reason not to run this is if battle phase is too important.
That is pretty
And
good.
I think that you can still get enough value from those things that get value without being in the attack zone. So yeah, this thing is crazy. This is crazy. Okay. Ban Soul Charge. Get rid of it. Yeah, get out.
It's funny how you laid out the entire trajectory of this card, because you are correct. It was at 3, they limited it, and it was really annoying at 1, because it's like, oh great, they have the 1 Soul Charge, and then they finally banned it. This card's been banned ever since. Soul Charge, there is a bit of context missing for you because you don't have a full grasp of all the summoning mechanics in Yu-Gi-Oh! So that's another way to take advantage of Soul Charge. But even just on the surface level, you can throw all of your monsters into your opponent's stuff, just willy-nilly. You throw your monsters into their trap cards, into whatever they have, everything, like the dust settles, you're both on super low resources, you got 1 to 2 cards in hand each, and then you just drop Soul Charge and bring back 5 monsters, and they just lose the game, because why the hell not? Who cares about life points when you can have 5 guys on the field? This card is so frustrating to play against, because just when you think you're playing against your opponent and you're tactically trying to respond to everything they got, and then at the end of it all, they just drop Soul Charge and they just bring it all back, and everything you did was meaningless. Just a incredibly frustrating card, extremely powerful. Some people still don't know how they printed. This is another anime card, funny enough. People don't know how they ever printed this card. It's been banned for almost a decade now, I want to say. But just incredibly good card. And the more we do these videos, I think the more you're going to look back at this and understand why this card is just so good.
Well, thank you for having the faith to give it to me without me even having full context, because got there.
I think even without the rest of the context for people who are watching, like all the different other summoning mechanics in the extra deck, right? You don't need,
This isn't
on the
additional.
surface, bringing back 5 things for 1 card and paying 5,000 life points, probably just going to win you the game anyway. Like you said, all the on-summon effects, all the different other things that the things do. Remember, everything in Yu-Gi-Oh! Has taunt, so if your opponent wants to kill you, they'd have to get through 5 monsters to do it anyway, right? It's just, there's no downside. The worst downside is if you're in a low life point situation and you can't pay for the card. So much so that the format that Soul Charge is in, people really try to get their opponent's life points down as quickly as possible so that Soul Charge became a dead draw for them. That's just kind of the way you had to play it. But yeah, just incredibly insane card. All right, but 2 left. Let's. I can't wait to see what you think about this one.
Aw, man. That's technically a blue. I don't understand their sequencing here. They were supposed to ancient slash first. Did they misclick? Do they have removal? Lucky. They're still just gonna deal 2 damage. Or actually, I can fade their damage. Although I don't think I have a reason to. Well, that's a lie. I have a good reason to. Never mind. They drew Caliburn. They're not activating it. I mean, yeah. I do believe it's a good idea to just go for it here. Because 2 Signy damage does it. And that's it. Don't even need to go for any form of removal. Although, Why not? Just in case, somehow. Yep, I knew it. Yeah, Mugen is very beatable. It's just you gotta draw the correct cards. And in terms of how to beat this deck, obviously stall decks aren't very good, but if you're a fellow aggro player, I don't think there are any good answers. I don't think you have any way of fighting against those. Let's see here. Yuzuki Diva aggro. It's still pretty aggro, but it's not as fast. You could argue it's more mid-range. But I think this deck plays fast enough that it is still aggro. A lot of not every aggro deck is as fast as Mama Angabanga or Hanayo Angabanga. Those are pretty rare exceptions. I believe there's only one other deck I can think of that does that, and that's freaking Hirana aggro. There was also this one uh psychopath I remember playing against that did it with fucking Paraluck. They hand ripped and fucking murdered. It was crazy. Man, stop making me go first. Honestly, I'm thinking of cutting the servants. It's a pretty good going second hand, I'd say. Uh, don't have any way to use Sash, but it's fine to keep anyways. Should probably replace Lancelot for a better level 1 to play over Sash. Yeah, this way better. No, against something more aggressive, it definitely feels important to have guards still. I've been playing against decks that were essentially chumps. Let's put a green. We do have to put up a defense, unlike when we're playing against all your decks like Mugen. I'll keep this for next turn. I think the thing we vanished here should be Lalaru. Two guards, I think, is a pretty nice position to have. Nice, thanks for filling up my grave. Um, I already have the Jasper. That's fine. We already have two in hand. This deck still plays at a ridiculously different axiom than everything else. I think making them just draw one would be really good.
Good question for you.
Lay it on me.
All right. What kind of bun? How large do you like it?
What?
Do you like this bun more, bigger, or closer to my head but small?
I don't fucking know.
Which one do you think? Wala kasi si ate. Which one do you think it looks better?
I'm not a stylist. I don't really, I can't really tell.
Oh my god! I hate being long hair, man. I just want that. I miss this shit.
Cut it all, next haircut.
Bald,
I don't know. Fucking.
the small one.
No, actually, I was gonna say large.
Alright. Now, fuck you. Now I'm in a dilemma. I like the smaller one more.
Oh. Well, if you already had an idea of
I
what
want
you prefer.
opinion. I want opinion, man.
Oh, you thought my gay opinions would mean something? My bisexual opinions?
I kind of like, I'm not gay. Fuck you. Thanks. Do you have Repo?
Repo?
Uh-huh.
No. Toriu does want to play it with me and wants me to buy it. I could get it for Christmas or something.
I have Repo.
Oh. You wanna play someday with Toriu and stuff?
Yeah, Repo.
I'll tell him about it maybe. And next time I feel like I have some money to waste.
Repo is very cheap and it's on sale.
I know.
Just peak price. Just peak price. Okay.
Yeah. I was thinking of Linkle and the bun hairstyle she had, and it was pretty big. That's why I've decided I like the big one, the big bun style better for him. Well, like Linkle's a woman. I've never thought about gender too much when it comes to fashion senses and stuff. Right, I kind of feel like we just win here. It puts it to the trash, that's so fucking good. Right, that is super good. Now we have removal. We win right here or we die here. No, there's two whites now, damn it! Still worth it. They do get to choose, so it never actually mattered all that much. We want to keep the guard. I feel like the guard's useless. It's like, we either win next turn or we don't. And honestly, I do feel like we win next turn. Seems like a we win angle from here. Oh, yikes. Alright, bitch. Time for you to see that one pump chumps like you are fucking ass. And then we win now, because we know they can't guard. Even if none of our Signies are capable of dealing out the necessary damage. It don't matter. Hmm. Should have gone for 2 Axios after all. Yeah, so we lose to the aggro decks that are a lot more capable of actually defending themselves. And again, I really love this deck. This deck is so fucking powerful. What a fucking thumbnail.
Hello,
and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and if you want to cast the biggest and most powerful spells
Oh
in the
yikes, it's way too
multiverse,
dark
I've
for
got a
my
deck
face
for
cam.
you. This is Eldrazi Ugin, powered by Badger Mole Cub. Yes, today we are going to cast all of the biggest of monsters and turn our opponents into
Oh my god, we're going
jelly
second
with
for
the
once.
abilities. So let's check it out. The Badger Mole Cub is a new card from Avatar, The Last Airbender, and this little creature seems so cute.
Of
But
course
it
we
is
open
not.
with
It
a
is
bad
not
hand.
cute. Do not look at the cub and say it is cute. It is a monster. For when it enters the battlefield, you earthbend a land 1, and whenever you tap a creature for mana, you add an additional green. This creates the potential for the most crazy, explosive starts Magic has seen. If you open your game with a Llanowar Elf or a Gene Pollinator, and then you play a Badger Mole Cub into either another Badger Mole Cub or another Mana Dork, and you hit all of your land drops, you can cast Ugin Eye of Storms on turn 3. And if that is your jam, this deck is your jam. So with Badger Mole Cub, it's particularly powerful in multiples. The fact that it gives the lands Earthbend, that means that they turn into mana creatures. So you just need enough mana creatures, and easy. You drop giant monsters. It's simple. But you can also bridge the gap. We have Lumbering World Wagon to put lands onto the battlefield, and another new avatar card, the Earth King, which says when this enters, create a 4/4 green bear token. Whenever one or more creatures you control with power 4 or greater attack, search your library for a basic land card, actually up to that many basic land cards, one for each power 4 or greater that attacks, put them onto the battlefield tapped and shuffle. So if we don't draw the cub, we can still ramp very aggressively with a turn 1 Llanowar Elf, a turn 2 Lumbering World Wagon, and a turn 3 Earth King that makes the bear, that crews the World Wagon, that attacks, that now fetches 2 lands when it attacks. One from the World Wagon, one from the King, and boom, we are already in range of dropping giant monsters even in a game where we didn't draw the cub. Archdruid's Charm, it can be removal for artifacts and enchantments. It can kill creatures with a +1/+1 counter ability, but this can also search your library for a creature or land, reveal it, and put it on the battlefield tapped if it's a land, otherwise put it in your hand. Really, what we often do with this is search for a cub. Even if we already have a cub, the charm getting another cub creates a mana explosion unlike, honestly, what I've seen in a very long time in Standard. And that lets us cast our giant monsters. Anti-causal Vestige, it enters with Warp. When it leaves, it gives you abilities like drawing a card and cheating things onto the battlefield. Just a great middle curve filler. You can use the Warp ability to crew a World Wagon, or you can just play it later as a giant monster, a colorless spell for Ugin. Sire of Seven Deaths has 7 abilities. They're all good. It's still scrolling. Go on. Go on. Yeah. Good card. You might want to search for it with an Archdruid's Charm if you need a creature. And then we have Ugin Eye of Storms. This is your removal. It's your card draw. It's your game ender. It's the power of the deck. So guys, if you are looking to be the
So,
greenest green mage, the biggest over-the-top
is
Timmy
it worth
player, this
going
is the
for
deck
full
for you.
moon?
And if your opponent
Because I
dares
feel
to
like our
counter or
defense
remove
won't
all of
really
your powerful
matter.
permanents, use
But at the
Passing
same
Say
time,
and earthbend your lands and make them deal with those. I've got a few games in this video that'll show you what I mean. That's it for the introduction. It's time to dive in and let this earthbending nonsense begin. Millions of mana? Let's go. Unplayable. No turn 1 play on the draw. I mean, you have to at least give a mulligan for Llanowar Elves, don't you? Every time? Probably 2. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. This is Magic the Gathering Arena, best of 1. You are dead on turn 3 on the draw. You don't get a turn 4. Still no elf, but I guess I will keep
this is
this
colorless, which means over
grip.
pursuit's extra
At least
ability
it
will
does
not be
something
able
if
to
they do something
activate.
about the cub. And straight to the archive. Don't want to miss a land drop. Okay, cub countered.
Yeah, let's
Cub
just
not
play
countered.
this. Our hand's
The world is
way too bad.
strange. You gonna get lost the cub? I will use map tokens. That sounds fun. The anchorage. Okay, I mean, just blue-white control. It sucks to go second, but we try. We give a full effort. This might be where Bossing Say looks really good, too. Flash creatures, whale, removal spells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana next turn is not 7. Okay. I mean, we gotta damage them sometime. It's tough to risk the cub, though. It really is.
Good. That's where we like to see.
Sure. Earthbend come back. And they Pinnacle Starcage just the cub. A few people have tried that now. 3, so I gotta play this land. 3 and tap as sorcery, target here. Let the damage continue. Like, what are you gonna do about this land? Fountain Port made 1/1s. Sometimes it gave blue-white a hard time. Bossing Say makes 2/2s. Or progressively larger lands. They pass. So here's where you gotta watch out, though, because it's tempting to like put counters here and then crew the wagon. But when they have open mana, they're probably just going to remove it. So just keep it coming. Just keep the pressure coming. Spread it out. Their counter spells don't work. Like they use a Get Lost. Great, it comes back, and we have maps. The solution is Ultima, but if they play that, I get back the Cub. Yeah, they fire off a Demolition Field. Great. I got another one ready to go. Because it's such a low opportunity cost land in a mono green deck. Now, if I remove the Ultima with the Ugin, I really should start thinking and worrying about Ultima. If I remove the Starcage with Ugin, rather. So maybe I don't even want to. But I do think there's a good chance they're ready to counter some of these spells. They might counter the Ugin, but really, like, let's use our maps. Let's make them deal with lands. Ooh, yay, more lands. All right, again. Oh, cool. All right, another Sensei. Earthbend. Give him another 5.
Can't enter charge.
Impressive. Able passage in the bin. I mean, Dragon has to target non-land permanents. So
Now we're
even the
kinda
Mine
just
River
dead.
Legion can't really deal with this.
Unless
Vesa,
we can get a life
Treasures,
burst
okay.
to activate.
And just infinitely have mana open.
We're
So
utterly
how do we keep the
screwed.
pressure on? Obviously, they still have to block this or deal with this. If we cast the Ugin, the odds are that they will use a No More Lies, which is something we could play around by being careful. If we play an Anti-Causal Vestige... Yeah? Let's warp this. They want to use a counterspell here. We still have plenty of mana, and No More Lies isn't a concern. And if they just fire off of 3 steps, that's one less 3 steps they have for later, and they didn't have an opportunity to spree it. This also taps them low so that we can attack with the World Wagon. I will trade this for the Beza. I want the lands. It wasn't doing much anyway.
Oh, because they don't crush a life cost. This interesting.
Interesting. They gave up their treasure just to earthbend me. 4 mana open. That is another 3 steps ahead that is not kicked. And plus we can get the enters trigger off the Ugin. Because we're up to 10 mana, so No More Lies doesn't help them. Cub is back.
So the only way we win here is...
Ugin has resolved. They're probably just going to get lost it, so let's draw.
Urshkigaller. Actually, I'm using Saturn.
There it is.
Might be able to
Because
get
they
away with
responded
this.
so quickly, we do get to use map tokens. Lots of map tokens. You see, we're just running them into the ground. I mean, let's be real. Blue-white control is not built for this. But this is not a great card against them. And we get a GG? I wonder. What is that last card then? Are you going to mill me? Can you mill me from 1 card? Consult. What do the star charts tell you? Probably that you're in a very bad matchup. What are they Okay, this is panic behavior. Like, you're not under lethal threat here. So do they want me to commit?
Maybe it's the background music
Probably.
that's playing, but makes me want to listen to this. I allow myself to my hands inside. Right there at the end of this world to end. Gray sky, alright, all that remains of those words what's left in my mind. They start melting, leaving nothing behind. I know that I must confess, I hated it, it was all pretense. The kindness I got tonight makes me much stronger than I was. Don't make me carry the weight of nothing but a fantasy. I can't take it, I can't take it. Let me die, let me fade and quietly disappear. If you want to pretend, but I won't regret.
Why can't you see that I'm
Right here,
a sign,
sign,
signs
signs
of
of
a
the
heart
heart
that
that
is
is
quietly
quietly breaking.
I'm
I'm crying
crying. The
on our
memories left
inside
inside
this
this
little
little
room.
room. I
Held
held them
them tightly
tightly in
in
the
the
silence
silence
of
of
the
night.
night. Don't
Don't
care if
care if
it's
it's
all
all
a
a
lie.
lie.
I
But
want you to
to
stay
stay
right
right
by
by
my
my
side.
side.
And every
Every
time
time
I
I
try
try,
to keep my
I
thoughts
felt
inside
inside
of
of
me,
me.
there's burning inside my throat. I'm losing my voice with every breath. I never
I'll never
make
make
it.
it.
I
I'll
never
never
make
make
it.
it.
I
Let
wanna
me
cry.
die.
I
I
wanna
wanna
cry
cry. Oh
until it's all finished. When
shit!
we're living inside in a world where the tears fall like pouring rain. But I know, yes I know, I
Talk about a punish. I wasn't paying
believe
attention to my deck
that
dice.
I'm the only one who isn't wrong. Though I don't even know what is right. I
I
wanna
wanna
cry,
cry.
I
I
wanna
wanna
cry
cry. I
until
really
it's all
don't
lost
know
when
where
we're
to
living
leave a
inside
time.
in a world where the tears fall like pouring rain. But I know, yes I know, I believe that I'm
The
the only
only
one
one
who
who
isn't
isn't
wrong.
wrong.
Though
Though
I
I
don't
don't
even
even
know
know
what
what
is
is right.
right.
this point and gray sky. Alright, all that remains of those words left in my mind. They start melting, leaving nothing behind. I know that I must confess, I hated it, it was all pretense. Trying to make you seem stronger than I was. You couldn't see the weight. I can take it. I can take it. Let me die. Let me die. Let me fade and quietly disappear. If I want to forget, more and more regret. I don't have a guard in my grave.
Why can't you see?
No, that's too late.
Right here, a sign, sounds of a heart.
Oh, the life bursts should have been reversed.
Breaking,
I'm crying. No memories. I'm left inside this little room. I held him tightly. Beneath the silence of night. I could have played that better and won even more without any chance of the opponent's life burst activating. I should have used Sash's ability first before going Saturn, because they didn't have any Ener. Uh, would have been a harder push for those for turns 6 and 4 for them if I sequenced it that way. Because that activation didn't do anything. You can see how empty the board is and how much energy they have and how they don't really need it anymore. Diva style mill turbo. I forgot about this guy. He seems great, but like I really don't like that life burst. It costs too much. Whatever. Interesting, they couldn't fill up their Signy zones. Is this Ultra Superheroes? I swear to God. Yeah, man, I fucking love this song. Alpha is ahead right now in everything. Right there at the end of those white and gray sky. Oh, right, all that remains is those words left in my mind. What the fuck? We skipped our grow. Don't know that I must confess. I find that it was all pretense. The kindness I showed to make me seem much stronger than I was. Or make me complete the weight. But it could like the fantasy. Can't take it.
I can't take it. Let me die, let me die, let me fade and quietly disappear. If I won't be forgiven, I have no regrets. But I wish that at least would have flashed from my crimes before I burn right down to the ground. Won't somebody please stay with me?
Signs, how did you see? See that I'm right here.
A
Sign,
sounds
not
of
of
the
the
heart
heart.
that
That
is
is quietly
quietly breaking.
breaking.
I'm
I'm
crying
crying
the
the
memories
memories. But
left
inside
inside
this
this
little
little room.
room,
I
held
held them
them tightly
tightly in
in
the
the
silence
silence of
of
night.
night. Don't
Don't
care
make
if
me
it's
feel
all
it
a
on a
lie.
lie.
I
I'm
want you
gonna
to stay
be
right
right
by
by
my
my
side.
side.
And
And
every
really
time I try
try
to
to
keep
keep
my
my
thoughts
thoughts
inside
inside
of
of
me,
me.
there's burning inside my
Does
throat.
the piece
I'm
work
losing my voice
immediately
with
or
every
only during the
breath.
opponent's turn?
I never
Only during
make
the opponent's turn. Alright, that's fair
it. I
enough.
never make it. I wanna cry.
Flanking the
I wanna
opponent's life
cry.
bursts would be
Tears
quite
souls
powerful.
where we live inside in a world where the tears fall like pouring rain. But I know, yes I know, I believe I am wrong. Am the only one who isn't wrong. Though I don't even know what is
We are gonna be dealing 1 damage no matter what at the start of our next turn, because they skipped it last turn, but they're definitely not skipping it now. Intentionally drawing to deck ourselves out might be a potential option, but highly unlikely. Oh, that's actually so clever. Another reason they didn't was because they knew what kind of Paraluck they were up against. That's crazy. Where did the 2 coins come from? Oh, they activated Donna. It's looking like a clean win for Alpha. They activated it. I don't think that was a good idea. The hand knowledge is nice, but they already knew about the Urith. Does knowing they have a servant really matter all that much? I think we're just desperate here. Because we really can't do much. We only have 5 instead of 6 cards. Enough to get rid of this guy by battle, but not really all that great. I've never seen this code Paraluck. Is she new? I don't think she is. He doesn't seem all that powerful. That is savage. Wait, what are we doing? What? Why did you do that?
All by myself, raised my hand and sighed. Afraid there
At the end of those nights and gray sky. You really could have targeted anyone else with that life burst. Super Helest. Because we're out of resources.
leaving nothing behind. I know that I must confess, I hated that it was all pretense. The kind of social to make me seem much stronger than I was. Don't make me carry the weight. It's nothing more than a fantasy. I can't take it. I can't take it. Let me die. Let me die. Let me fade and quietly disappear. If I won't forget it, I know regrets. But I wish that at least one could strike my crimes before I burn right down to the ground. Won't somebody please stay with me?
We didn't. Cause I mean, they're decking out either way, no matter what.
See that I'm
This is probably the correct way to go about doing this.
a sign, sounds of a heart that is quietly breaking. I'm crying the
My
memories
memories
left
left
inside
inside this little room are held them tightly in the silence of night. Why did we do that? Did we really want to keep this that badly? Time by time to keep the thoughts inside of me.
There's burning inside my throat. I'm losing my voice with every breath. I
I'll
never
never
make
make
it.
it. I'll never make it.
I
I
wanna
wanna
cry.
cry.
I
I
wanna
wanna
cry.
cry.
Into the sorrows where we live inside. In a world where the tears fall like pouring rain. But I know, yes I know, I believe I am wrong. Am the only one who isn't wrong. Though I don't even know what is wrong.
Every time I think about all the interactions that happen in We Cross, I just can't help but keep thinking, man, this game's so fucking tight, man. It's so good. Everything is so well balanced despite having a having an eternal format that's essentially lasted for 4 years. Things have changed. Diva selection and key selection are very distinct formats that have developed. Separate card pools. Is that really how my soap smells like? Harmony. Hmm. Ooh. And we can discard our entire hand and deal more damage. While we still fucking lose. You know, I'll always be rooting against blue players. I hate their gimmick of hand ripping. Drawing cards is cool, but hand ripping, not as cool. Who doesn't love to draw cards? Especially the hand knowledge they sometimes do as well. Ugh. As a Yu-Gi-Oh player, I just can't vibe with it. Can we deck them out again? That'd be funny. Activate it, because when else are you gonna activate it? The game's practically almost over at this stage. We still haven't activated anything. How have we managed to deny the opponent so much enter? Why didn't we go for Manome? Are we actively throwing and the opponent's still almost losing? Things are pretty bad. I'm guessing we have a defensive Umer here. That's the only reason why I can imagine we still haven't grown Umer to 2. And then firing off disrespect so early like that, genuinely disrespectful. Hmm. Guess it was just that much of a threat. Can we live here? Nice. No, I think that's it. Freeze target the rig. And it's not gonna do it. Sad. I know, kind of felt like we were throwing there. What the hell? Activating disrespect so early. There's so many. There's so. We could have played that so much better. We were genuinely actively throwing here. It makes me upset. Oh, where's my game against Shadowverse? Oh man, they weren't making it public. Shucks. But joke's on you, I recorded it. Now I'm gonna upload it to my YouTube channel.